Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Beyblade fans. Now, if you've been nice, go over and subscribe to the Beyblade. If you've been naughty, you will be on the nice list if you go over and subscribe to the Beyblade. So guys, let's get subscribing to the Beyblade to be on the nice list. And ho ho ho, Merry Christmas to you.
Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to the world of Beyblade. Your host today is the Rollerblader. So guys, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about Beyblades and a guide of how to play and what they are. This is for beginners and also for parents as well, their children, if they want to play with them and they don't really quite understand anything about Beyblades. I wanted to do this video for a long time, but I kept putting it off really, but I thought, you know what, it's good time now to do it, so yeah, I might as well do it, guys. So let's go. So some of you may be wondering, why is a Beyblade? Well guys, I've got that answer for you right here. It's a spinning top, and an amazing spinning top as well. It's not just any spinning top where you can just twist with your hand. You actually need a launcher to launch this, which we'll be doing on in another video. Now these are the new ones and these are pretty epic. So obviously you're aware Beyblade ain't a new game, okay? It is the third generation. The first generation was the plastic gen, which I absolutely loved. They had 3 series with the plastic gen. They had the Beyblade, I can't remember what it was at the last, the other bit, but it was Beyblade, I think it's just called Beyblade. Then it's got Beyblade V-Force and then G Revolution. I wish they carried it on, but they didn't from the plastic gens. They did a movie as well from the plastic gens, which is pretty cool as well. To be fair, the movie was, you know, varies really for different people. Then they had the second gen, which is the metal series. So I think they had about 4 seasons of the metal series. And then the third gen, obviously, then is the Beyblade Burst. There's some good things about the Beyblade Burst, and there's obviously some bad things about the Beyblade Burst. But we'll get onto them maybe in this video or another video. This video, we're just going to be talking about the new gen at the minute, because, well, that's the main game people play now, is the new gen. You don't really see people playing with the old gens, so we're mainly going to be talking about the new gen in this video. So Beyblades were made and launched in Japan in 1999, if I remember correctly, and they brought their first series out for a strategy to sell more Beyblades, because they weren't getting enough sales. So they brought an anime out, because everyone loves anime, guys. So once everyone watched the anime, everyone wanted a Beyblade. Like literally everyone wanted a Beyblade, including me. Like, I really wanted one. Finally got one, you know, in the end. But I really wanted one, and I did get one. So, number 2, what we are going to talk about today is real Beyblades. Okay, so real Beyblades, which is the one I've got here, is made by Takara Tomy. I'm just going to call it Tomy because I can't pronounce Takara. Am I pronouncing that right? Spelling? I'm not writing anything down on spelling. hey, you know. So this one here is a Takara Tomy Beyblade, and then we've got this one here, guys, which is a Hasbro Beyblade. So they're the only 2 manufacturers that can sell Beyblades. It's Takara Tomy or Hasbro. Takara Tomy is in Japan, but they've also got a Korean version as well. The Korean version is the same. It's Takara Tomy, says Takara Tomy. It is just Korean version based. So they're the only 2 companies who can sell Beyblades. It's Takara Tomy The Korean version is still Takaratomi. It says Takaratomi, so that's still in with Takaratomi. Because some people think it's different, but it's not. So that's still, the same company. It's just sold in Korea. And then Hasbro, which is the American version. So they're the ones which are only allowed to sell Beyblades, basically. The Hasbro Beyblades are a little bit different to the Takaratomi Beyblades, but we'll get on that a little bit later on. Guys, Beyblade. Here it is. Hey, I don't know if you can see it well, but what we'll do is we'll move you closer, and then we'll talk about the parts. So guys, hopefully you can see this is the Hasbro and this is the TT. The differences between the Hasbro and the TT: the Hasbro has no metal on except for the forge disc, and it's a lot lighter, whereas the TT Bay, which is Takaratomi, it has got more metal on and more heavier. So let's talk about the components of the Beyblade. So guys, we've got the energy layer, which is here. This here is the energy layer. We have the forge disc and the performance tip. So the energy layer, which is here, this piece is the one that will contact with the bay. So that's the main contact with other bays, guys. So if you're having a battle, the energy layer, which will be the main contact with the other bay. The forge disc gives the weight to the bay. So this is what actually gives the weight to the bay, and they also have numbers. So this one is a 1 or a 7. No, this is a 1, and it is a 4-star, and it's got stars at the bottom as well, which indicates a good forge disc basically. But the numbers, you'll know by different numbers which ones are better forge disc by the numbers. We'll do that in another video. And then the performance tip, this will be in contact with the bay stadium, and this what will give the its speed and stamina basically in the bay stadium. So let's show you how you put this together. So some are left spinning, so you do it the opposite way around. Let me just grab a left spinning bay. Let me put the Hasbro back. So this is a left spinning bay, right? This is Sui Longinus. So for now, we're going to be doing the right side, right spinning bay. It comes with, you got right spinning bays or you got left spinning bays. Left spinning bays are supposed to be more powerful because that's what they represent. Some of the enemies, the left spinning bays are more powerful. They're the ultimate Beyblades. But yeah, anyway, let's put this back together. So you got the energy layer, you got the forge disc. So you put the forge disc in the energy layer, just like that. This is a right bay, so it will go left. So the metal will be at the bottom on the right side, and it will be at the top on the left side. And then you put your performance tip in, and you just push it in. Then you just twist, and you'll hear clicks, and then that is it put together. Then your metal bit from the forge disc will be at the top on the right side, and the bottom on the left side. So the same again with the left spinning bay. To take it off, you do it right. Now this one comes with a guard, and the forge disc is the guard on this is actually riveted in, so that's fantastic, and it gives it the rubber to spin steel as well. It can spin steel without rubber, but it's better with rubber because it gives something for it to actually drain the spins when it collides. So this forge disc here will go onto this side because it's the left spinning bay. So at the top it would be the opposite, as this one was on the bottom at the beginning. This one will be at the top, and then all you do then is put your forged performance tip in, and you twist it to the left. And then as you can see here, then for the right spinning bay, that the metal bit of the forged disc is at the top on the right side, and on this one it's at the bottom on the left side, and that's because that's the left spinning and that's the right spinning Beyblade. So we showed you the difference now between the right and the left. Basically the right spins right, you try to use the launcher, but you know, the right spins right, you get my point, and the left spins left. So they're there. So let's talk about the actual bays themselves, what types. You get 4 different types of bays. So these are the same type. So right guys, so we've got 4 Beyblades out. So this one here is an attack type Beyblade. So you've got an attack type Beyblade, then you've got a stamina type Beyblade, okay, and then you have a defense type Beyblade and a balance type Beyblade. So these are all different types of Beyblades. So you have, obviously, which we just went through, you have attack, you have stamina, defense, and balance. Now balance is all 3. One is my favourite one. One of the GT bays is Unionarcles. This one, you can twist it, so this here, okay, then you got there and there. So you've got 3 settings for a balanced Beyblade, okay? So balance is all 3. So it's attacking, it is stamina, and it's defense. So that's what balances are for, and literally they're pretty good. All the Beyblades for balance ain't like this where you have to twist them. They're just different performance tips. But that will be on probably another video if you guys do want to see that. We just want to talk now a little bit about equipment. So you can't battle without a stadium. So we have a stadium here, and you also can't battle without launchers. So personally, I use a string launcher myself with a launcher long grip. I find that a lot easier to use and a lot better to play with, like the plastic gen. You hold it like that, you pull it like that. That's what I love. And then I've also got this with a knuckle grip. And most people pull their Beyblades like this way. That's what it is in the Beyblade Burst anime. It's this way, so most people pull it like this. I'm not a fan of that way. I'm more of a fan of the old style way, which is just like that. So that's why I use this kind of long grip. I only use, this is a launcher, so this is only for the right bay, this is for left and right, but I only use this on left, so that's why I use this grip, because this is only for my left Beyblades. But you can't play without 2 launchers. If you have a string launcher, then you can play by yourself, because you can easily just put the bay on, do that, quickly put another bay on and do that, and that is a lot easier and a lot better. You can put, like Hasbro, you can put your launchers together, and you also have a ripcord launcher. So let me get a few other launchers and I will show you them as well. Demonstrate with Hasbro launchers. If you ain't got like a long launcher like I have, you can actually extend these yourself. I'm not sure if these ones can go together. Let me have a look. Yes, they can. So you can put your launchers together and you can basically hold it like that, make a long launcher, so you can only spin it from that side, or you can literally hold it from the middle, or put another launcher on there and you can spin 2 Beyblades at the same time. This will be in another video as well, guys. But yes, you can literally put these Hasbro launchers together and you can make a wicked launcher, or you can just use it to spin 2 Beyblades at a time. There we go, we're putting it in now, guys, look. And then that is the amount of room it has left. So that's basically all you do then is you just do the same thing. You rip it, and as you can see, they both turn. So you can put 2 Beyblades on. Let me show you now and just do a little spin here. I won't rip it hard, I'll just rip it gently. So this is Trigger from the very first series, for very first generations, and this has been remade into the burst form. So as you can see, it's been remade into the burst form, which is pretty cool as well, from the first gen. So if you don't know the first gen, this is Trigger, has a different bit piece. It's called an attack ring, not an energy layer. The forge disc is called a weight disc and stuff like that. But let's just put these on anyway. Now I'll just spin them very lightly, so they won't be a good spin, so don't worry about that, guys. So all you do is you just hold it like that in the middle, and then you just literally rip it like that, and they both spin at the same time. Right, guys, so about Beyblade stadiums. Beyblade stadiums, you say? What are they? Well, they are stadiums where you can pay Beyblades in. Hey! So, we have different types of Beyblade stadiums. So, guys, the first type is one of my Hasbros. It's a turbo stadium, and you have the main area here, and then you have rails around here for the bay to actually go around on here, and obviously then pockets as well. And because it's got this top bit here, you may think, oh, Beyblades can't get out of there, but they can, guys, because when they collide they can burst and they can shoot out of the stadiums. So this is one type of stadium, and so the second type is from TT, guys, and this is just a standard round stadium, and basically the pockets are just like this, so the bays can come out of the pockets and literally they just spin in the middle. And they shoot around as well, guys, and just collide with each other, and then either get a survivor finish or a stadium out or a burst finish. And these are just literally basic stadiums, but they are pretty cool as well, guys. So they're the two types. I've got a lot more stadiums, guys. So I've got like a battle tower and stuff like that. I just thought I'll show you two types for now. So Beyblade battling and Beyblade safety. If you're using a ripcord, or even if you're using a string launcher, okay, you're going to be pulling it like that, guys. All right, so make sure no one's standing behind you. It's like if you're playing pool, right? You're snooking, right? You're using your elbow, so you're like okay. So it's the same thing basically, except you're ripping a launcher, right? You're having string coming out, or with the ripcord, you're having a ripcord coming out. So when you're actually launching, guys, make sure there's nobody behind you, because your elbow is going to hit them in the face or wherever. Yeah, so when you launch, your elbow is going to go out, guys. Okay, so safety number one, make sure there's no one behind you. Make sure you have a clear space, and make sure you're not too high or too low from the stadium. So if you also have young kids, Beyblades are actually recommended from 8 upwards, okay, up to 99 or 100 or however old you live to, basically. Anyone can play Beyblades. I'm 28 and I still play Beyblades. But they are choking hazards because they're burst form, so they can come apart. And a child or a baby, because obviously a Beyblade baby will just put that performance tip in its mouth, and basically, yeah, the baby will choke, and you don't want that, okay, guys? So make sure that you're always watching if you have young kids as well, and if you are, that's if you're an adult playing as well. Just make sure you're supervising young children playing, because they are choking hazards, because they can come apart. But there's more safety, guys. Okay, so we just had number one of the elbow. Okay, we had number two of the choking. Number three now, guys, is to wait for the Beyblade to stop spinning. I don't do that personally. Don't wait for the Beyblade to stop spinning, guys. You can hurt yourself if you just take the Beyblade out while it's spinning. I still wait. I don't wait for the Beyblade to stop spinning personally. That is because I've been playing Beyblade since I was a kid, so I know what to expect. Four, guys, is don't lean over the stadium. So some people, when they're battling, they lean right over the stadium just like that, so they can see the Beyblade more. You don't need to do that, guys, because why get your face in there, you know, because the Beyblades can come flying out. They can be hit, collide, and be hit and flying out, or they can burst like this, and the parts can come flying out, and they can hit you in the face. And trust me, guys, it does hurt. Yes, they are plastic, but it does hurt. And with the Takaratomi ones, you do have metal on some of the performance tips and the attack rings, which are from the plastic gems. So the new ones are the energy layers. I keep calling them attack rings, guys. But yes, they do hurt. So you don't want to lean over, because even if you're like this, they can still hit you in the face. So you don't want to lean over the stadium whatsoever. But number 5, guys, that's 10. That's 10, guys. Number 5 is always battle in the stadium. When I was a kid, we used to battle in school on tables and the floor outside and stuff like that. You can do that, You can, but keep them away from breakables. So if you're battling the house and you're near your TV or whatever, don't battle near the TV, okay? Because the Beyblades will smash your TV. So always battle away from breakables, and if you can, always battle in stadiums. Or homemade stadiums. Make your own stadiums, but if you do that, make sure you make your stadiums safe, so that way, you know, you don't hurt yourself or break anything inside of the house. So now we've got the safety rules out the way. These are the basic safety rules, guys. So, you know, be aware of them. Let's talk about win conditions now, guys. You want to know about win, because everyone wants to win, guys. Let's talk about the win conditions. So you have a ring out finish, which is a stadium out finish. So you've got a survivor finish. So the Beyblade will just stop spinning, and then the other one will keep spinning, and that's 1 point, so that's a survivor finish. And then you have a burst finish. So a burst finish is where it comes apart in 3 pieces. So you've got the energy layer, the performance tip, and the force disc. Wherever they can go across the room or wherever, but that's a burst finish, and that's for 2 points. You have a ring out finish, which I call it a stadium out finish because it's a stadium. So you have a stadium out finish, or a knockout. You can call it a knockout as well. So you can have a knockout finish. It's whatever you want to call it, a knockout, stadium, arena out, whatever. You know, that's 1 point. Then you have a survivor finish, which is another 1 point, and you have a burst finish, which is 2 points. So there are the point systems for Beyblade Burst. And then you also have a draw. Now, some tournaments, it depends. If you're doing it at home, you can make your own rules, or you can do official tournaments. Some tournaments class draw as you both get 1 point, or some tournaments class a draw where you have to go again. So, tips on battling. Always customize your Beyblade, but do it legally, not illegally. So you've got legal parts and you've got illegal parts. So we'll cover them in another video, but customize your Beyblade. So say if I want to use, I don't know, this energy layer, but I don't want to use this forge disc, I will take parts of this one and put them on this one to customize my Beyblade and make my Beyblade a lot stronger. So with this trigger, this does burst easy, but I did put a 00 on this, and then it don't burst as easy. So that's just changing the forge disc, and then it stops it from bursting so easy. And that's just one little change, guys, but you can also change the performance tips. So always customize your Beyblade to make it perform a lot better. Most people keep them stock, so I normally keep my Beyblade stock, and if I get a spare Beyblade, then I will then customize that Beyblade. So learn about different types of Beyblades. So in a Beyblade tournament, you'll have 3 Beyblades. So I normally, well, I ain't even been to a tournament since I was a kid, and we just normally have tournaments with different schools. So, but tournaments here with Beyblade Burst, I just play at home. I've not been to an official tournament yet, but if I did, I would take 3 Beyblades, because that's the rules. You'll take 3 Beyblades, and it has to be a different type. So I could take, I don't know, an attack, defense, and a stamina, or I could take a stamina, defense, and a balance. It's totally up to you what you want to take. Also take spare parts. Remember, take spare parts, and never take the same bay. You also need 2 launchers at tournaments. You always have to take 2 launchers. Always know the different types of stadiums. So if I was using this stadium, a bay like this or like this will be good in this stadium, because it can get around the rails a lot better, and it can use the rails to then speed up and give a harder attack. So some people say about launchers, can you win with a good launcher? Are they such thing as a crap launcher? Yes, they are. So let me get a good launcher but a weak launcher. So this is made by Hasbro, and this is from the Master Kit. So you get Excalibur Gold, and these launcher, and it's got a clip on there, so you can just like clip it onto your trousers or bag or whatever. Now that's what I love about this launcher. That's what I love about this launcher. Obviously, you could take the clip off and put that on another day. Only Hasbro though. So with this, obviously again, it's a spring launcher, but it's a weak launcher. Okay, so I wouldn't win really any official tournaments with this launcher. But it is a wicked launcher, but it is a weak launcher. The new launchers, like the sparking launchers, now these are strong launchers. So these are good launchers for tournaments, guys. So I would recommend the sparking launchers or the GT launchers. A GT launcher, this could spin right or left. I keep this in left, and this is a strong launcher. So either a sparking or a GT. Bro, really any ripcord launcher is the best. I like the sharp one out of the Beyblade kit. So you get a sharp launcher and you get a Fornius. They spin clockwise, and that will knock the opponent's Beyblade out, or you can make it spin anti-clockwise, and that would more likely burst your opponent's Beyblade. It's just about strategies, okay guys? You need to also have a good strategy. Some people think you're just ripping a Beyblade inside of the stadium and you can't control it. Yeah, that's true, okay? You can't control it. Like in the anime, where you can control it, like they talk to their Beyblades and the Beyblades do what they want. You can't do that in real life unless you have an electric Beyblade, electronic one, then you can. But in real life, the only way you can control your Beyblade is with a good strategy, with a good launcher, and a good combo on your Beyblade. So whatever parts you want to put on your Beyblade, make sure it's a good combo, and that would help you win. That's how you control your Beyblade in the stadium. If you keep it, I don't know, say if I had like a stock Beyblade and someone had like the best combo ever, they're always going to win. I could win with a stock against the best combo ever, but it needs to be one of the best strategies ever to go against one of those. So that's how you win, and that's how you lose. You make up your strategies. You make sure you know you are going to win before you even get to that tournament. So it's similar really to other sports like football, rugby, stuff like that, guys. Boxing, you don't want other people to know your strategy. Okay, so always keep your strategy to yourself. So now, how do you start the battle? People have asked me. So I start the battle with 3, 2, 1, let it rip, and then obviously then we rip. Sometimes I rip on the rip, sometimes we just rip after the rip. But then in the Japan it goes 3, 2, 1, shoot, I think it is. But we never did that. Since I was a kid, it's always 3, 2, 1, let it rip. That's Hasbro's version. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I literally enjoyed making it for you, and I hope guys that it will help you out as well. Hopefully it will help you out. So if you're a beginner or a parent who don't know what their children are talking about and stuff like that, hopefully this video will help you out, guys. Or you're just watching me rambling on and you don't understand a word, and yeah, just hey. So we're gonna have a quick battle now, guys, just to end the video. And well, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. So here's the battle. So guys, I'm going to battle Revive Phoenix, the GT Revive Phoenix. It's got a frame. This is the recoloured yellow version, and I'm going to battle it against Union Hercules. And again, I'm using my sparking launcher. So we're going to have it on this setting here, as you can change it to 3 settings with Union Hercules, but we're going to have it on this one over here. And yes, I know I'm using the Slingshot Stadium, but I want to. So yes, 3, 2, 1, let it rip. When you're battling yourself with one launcher, sometimes it does take a while to you know, put the launcher, the Beyblade on the launcher. But it looks like the Revive Phoenix has taken this battle, guys, and his armor. You may think, oh, Revive Phoenix has bursted, but no, guys, Revive Phoenix has not bursted. The armor just came off. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Union Hercules put him in the pocket. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. See, Refined Phoenix is so strong. He just uses the rails there, guys. Refined Phoenix just uses the rails. Is he going to... Oh, the armor just came off and he has beaten Union Achilles. So guys, that battle was amazing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you did learn something from this video. If you did, I will keep making these sort of videos. I was going to do this video in sections, but I thought I'd just get it all out of the way now. All in one, and that's your whole guide. If you enjoyed this video, guys, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep it spinning, and we'll see you in another video.